Who am I? The funny thing about this question is anything I could tell you right now won't be the same in a few hours. How can I say this for certain? Because a few hours ago, I wasn't the same person I am now. Hell, I wasn't the same person a few minutes ago. The young woman who welcomed the sun this morning will not see the moon rise tonight. So you ask, who am I? My most immediate response is one that follows the lines of, why do you want to know? And am I really supposed to believe you care? The strangest thing is that somewhere between these two questions, somewhere along this train of thought, is the annoying predicament I like to call curiosity. I don't want to answer you, but now that you've asked, I have to know. Who am I? This morning I pushed the snooze button from 6:48 a.m. till 7:30 a.m. Though the most maddening sound in the world blared loudly every 5 minutes from the clock above my head, and even though my phone buzzed violently at me every 120 seconds, I refused to yield to their warnings. In a state of subconscious rebellion, I challenged my night terrors to another round in order to steal a few more tender moments with my pillow. There, with my bedhead and drowsiness and general disdain for the holes in my curtain that let in the sunlight, I am my grandparents' worst nightmare, a tyrant to those who must bear the burden of my inability to contribute to society. I am lazy, grumpy, and dead set against anything that disturbs my solitary comfort. This is who I am. For the next hour and a half, I indulge my vanity. The sheer amount of my day that is devoted to this task is outstanding on its own, but the joy I experience from this time to myself would cause those with any sense of humility to blush a deep scarlet. Within these few blissful minutes, I am transformed. That idle, muddled girl my pillow meets with at night soon dons a mask fit for the world's judging eye. I happily play the part as I labor over the details. The glittered hues of my eyelids coordinate perfectly with the two-toned ensemble carefully pieced together from my closet. There is no doubt that the time my eyes spend looking at their own reflection would be better spent in studying or avoiding the inevitable need to play catch-up. As it is, though I'll spend the rest of the day complaining about how little time I have to myself and how much work remains, I primp as though I have no cares at all. I am vain, conceited, and self-absorbed. This is who I am. In class I am dependable, predictable. Every day it is the same. I take out my blue, spiral-bound notebook and open it to a clean page. I remove my Shakespearean anthology and find my way to the beginning of Hamlet as I pull my completed homework assignment from my signature princess folder. When the professor asks us to turn in our analysis of the relationship between Ophelia and her father Polonius, I don't feel the heat of embarrassment creep up my neck. I've done the work. When we discuss the play, I am ready to talk about Ophelia, the obedient daughter. The professor's acknowledgment of my raised hand is all I need to prompt me into reciting. Hamlet hath importuned me with love in honorable fashion. I am awarded a smile and nod, but no one knows of my lies. I do not commit myself to my professor's assignment because of my desire for understanding this Elizabethan tragedy. I take no joy in completing the assignment. I read Shakespeare's Hamlet because the professor told me to. Like Ophelia, I am the obedient servant. I do as I am told. I do not want to fail. Here in the classroom, I am hidden, masked by my smart answers and appropriate behaviors, but I am cheating myself. This is who I am. Later in the day, I was a consultant, a professional, a hard-working component of a major operation. I sat in a position of authority, answered the important questions, delegated specific tasks, and was responsible for the outcomes. I was productive, I was helpful, I was important. I served as the face of the organization, and for that I was calm, cool, and collected. I laughed easily with my co-workers, I practiced diligence. I exuded confidence and know-how from one moment to the next. Though the demands were little and the traffic slow, I was ready to work at a moment's notice. I was focused, attentive, and busy. This is who I am. Then I am filling out a resume. I am asked to appear confident, qualified, and competent, but I feel like I'm pretending. My language is weak and my answers only come laboriously. I feel as though I'm wasting my time. I won't be hired. I shouldn't even be considered. All the feelings I've bottled up, kept suppressed to avoid making a scene or acknowledging my insignificance, they surface now. Maybe if I pull out the thesaurus, spice up the language a little, my subpar skills will come off more impressive than they now seem to be. I am unqualified, unsure, and dissatisfied. This is who I am. At dinner, I am afforded the opportunity to regale my friends with witty jokes, entertaining stories, and amusing wordplay. I fit with them. I have something to offer, something to bring to the table that they cannot find in anyone else. Even if all that is an extra napkin or a laugh in response to their very unfunny joke, it is appreciated. These people need few explanations. They know my story and delight more in teasers of what is coming than continual synopses of what has already passed. It saves me a lot of time and energy. I appreciate them right back. I am helpful, charming, and lovable. This is who I am. This evening is special. After months of anticipation, its coming is a relief as much as it is the source of great fear and unease. Despite any trepidation, my love for performance and a really great dress are enough to plaster my smile to my carefully arranged face. The lights, the sounds, the audience, the attention, they all work for me tonight. I am a lady of the stage. I draw crowds, albeit ones made up of obliged family and devoted friends. To be honest, lack of anything better to do may also have played a part in filling the seats, but none of this reaches the outermost edges of the spotlight. Within this arena, I have something to prove. I am talented, confident, and dazzling. This is who I am. The quiet of the night settles around me and I am alone. I am not necessarily unhappy, but I find little comfort in the silence. It facilitates such reflections as these, and they always seem to leave me feeling unfulfilled. I do not know what I have gained from this midnight roving through my mind, but I feel like there is more buried now than there was before. I have confused myself into thinking I am more complicated than it is likely that I am. Interesting though it was, my attempts at self-definition were fruitless. Even if I have stumbled upon something of consequence, it is no matter. Tonight when I go to sleep, I will be lying to rest all that I was today. With the sun comes new masks to take on, new personas to inhabit. All this seems impossible, yet I do it daily. Do you know what that means? I am impossible. I am frustrating, chameleon, and inconsistent. This is who I am.